Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy P Farm. Thinking right out here in my lab, in the book, and I got all my orange outfit today. I'm feeling orange, so let's do it. Today is Valentine's Day. I don't give a damn. Usually I would wear red, but it's another issue. Let's move on. I got a good lesson for you today. We back in the book. Let's go. Radism. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's always a message in my stories. For life, I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. You got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission to all right thinkers, know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I'll ask the question: do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you, appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know the dangers, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep, I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my God, be true. Right thinkers, let's talk about sin. The seven deadly sins, first of all, is the second part. But the first part, it says, sin separates you from God. Let's talk about that concept. We're about to get biblical because this is a biblical concept. I'm just going with the flow. I'm presenting it to you as it is, and I'll ad lib as I go and put my part in there. But let's go. In the Bible, it is often stated that sin separates you from God. My philosophy said sin leads to death. If you're a sinner, death to you. God got mad with all people who didn't respect him at one point, sent his daughter down to take and kill all the sinners. So for us, Christian concept, y'all say sin is separation from God. We say sin is a death. And that's separated from God. So depending how you will look at it, but let's do it from the biblical concept. Again, I got mine. Let me do this. So the assertion prompts a deeper exploration of what we call the nature of sin. What's a sin? That's where we're going. All right, let's go. So the word sin traces its origin to Mesopotamian term linked it to sin. The god of the moon was named Sin. My man Murphy, he do a whole bunch of different stuff on that concept. And okay, the moon god was named Sin. Okay, so that's where the idea come from. All right, but this connection is significant. Why? Because the moon also represents the female aspect of our consciousness. That's the right side, female. Okay, which is inherently tied to our what? Emotions, our heartstring. Mm-hmm. Women are emotional by nature. So understand that. Men, if you expect your wife or mate or female to be logical and rational, just like she expects you to be emotional. We're built different, hence male and female. Opposites, but we got to come together. That's where the harmony starts. When you can get along with somebody that's completely different than you, that's harmony. That's what they were trying to teach you. And sin avoids that. Why? Because you dealt with emotional, and a lot of times, bad leaders. Emotional bad leaders. Watch this. I gave that lesson a long time ago. All right. But watch this. But the connection is significant. Why? Because the moon represents the female aspect of our way we think. Again, which is inherently tied to our emotions. And this perspective unveils a profound concept, if you understand it, regarding the interplay between our emotions and our spiritual existence. If you are emotional, you're going to ride that roller coaster. Why? Because when it's good, you're happy. When it's bad, you're sad. I told you, flat line's the way to go. And sin represents the flat line. Even though it's female, it still represents flat, straight. Okay? And what's this? In stark contrast, your positive, excuse me, you got positive emotions and you got negative emotions. And that's going to dictate how you are. Positive, good, negative, bad. Right? So what's this? In remarkable quality that allows what? In stark contrast, having positive emotions possesses a remarkable quality that what? Allows you to now transcend time and space for yourself and matter. That's why this is unlimited. This is limited. You had to put them two together and make it work. That's the harmony. Knowing thyself. Ooh, I like this. I'm putting this whole lot of stuff together. Conceptions, concepts. But when your emotions, such as love, joy, compassion, they all exist beyond the confines of what we call the temporal world. It's eternal. These are qualities that you hold within. These resonate with what we call timeless essence. It's always going to be the same. Embodying these qualities will elevate your human spirit and connect us to our higher reality. My philosophy says the same thing. We put it in a different way, but it's the same thing. I'm trying to get you to God. And that's what they're doing. And sin will separate you from God. It takes you the wrong way. Calm down. I'm getting excited. All right, let me get. I got a lot of stuff to go here, so I'm gonna calm down, get to the lesson. But to be really understanding that this distinction more fully, we can now view our negative emotions and put them in check. We call, how about this? Y'all call negative emotions, we call it chaos. I know about that. Maya is order. The opposite of Maya is chaos. Maya positive, chaos negative. However you want to do it. Don't make a difference, but it's opposites. And let's go. So you can view emotions as what? Spiritual, invisible chains that what? That bind our minds to the temporal world. You're in love with the material world. Like Madonna, she's a material girl. She loves material things. She like fancy clothes. Come on, man. That's okay. And if that's your thing, that's your thing. You got the right to be whatever you want. Everybody ain't gonna be spiritual. They already know that. Jehovah's Jehovah's Witness say ain't but 144,000 y'all going to heaven anyway. So that's a small heaven. I don't want that one. That's gonna be crowded. We only can hold 144,000. All right. But the concept is when you hooked on this world, the devil loves that. Why? He got constant worship. He got constant people loving him. Everybody got to worship God through go to church, get together, ancestral prayer, stuff like that. But nobody individually worship God. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You and God should be personal. That should be a personal relationship. And when you get together, y'all can share. That's how I view that concept. That's why I go to church every week. I'm not a damn Christian. But I have some fellowship with them. Why? Because they're worshiping God. I ain't got a problem with that. I do that too. My way, they do it their way. Respect and understanding. That's how we get along. Again, we totally opposite. Me and my pastor, two different dudes, but we the same in what we trying to get done. So, in these emotions, and they run you. What's this? Often serve as barriers that's hindering your ability to now be able to access what? Your higher consciousness. Stand ignorant, egotistical, you won't raise your conscious level. You won't better yourself. All you want to do is satisfy and please yourself. Hence, that's where you're going. But these negative emotions will create that obstacle internally that obscure your true divine nature. You never gonna find God. You're never gonna be. You could know you're going the wrong way. You're doing the wrong things. That's what sin means, and you're preventing yourself from realizing your own full potential. You'll never become your best self. I'm preparing for greatness. I work every day to be my best self. And those who don't know themselves don't have a clue about that. They just want to please themselves. They just want to be happy. They just want to get, do, and be. Not spiritual at all. Okay, that's sinful. And when we allow ourselves to be consumed by what? Our feelings, our emotions of negativity, Remember, right thinking is positive thinking, never negative. I find something positive in every bad situation I've had in my life. That's how I know how to do that. And we become what ensnared in what this material world of existence, focusing our attention on what worldly and selfish concerns, such as attachment to what possession, things. He loved things. He loved stuff. He died a bunch of stuff, and everybody just came and took it because he made a bunch of stuff that didn't mean nothing to nobody for who wanted whatever that was they like they had. They came and took it. They picked our house clean. But that's for those people who acquire stuff. You can't take none of that with you. Okay? In possessions. My mother said the best thing to me. I love her. She said, baby, I don't own nothing, but I don't own nobody nothing either. So whatever happens, I'm on my own. When I'm dying, y'all ain't gotta worry about go fund me to bury me. No, I got all that covered. That's planning. That I had no idea my mom would that, that's what she doing. I got respect for that. But when you serve your possession, all these are what they call fleeting desires. I mean, they're not going to be around long. That's just a moment, a flash in the pan. But when you are ego driven, okay, when you are selfish and all your pursuits are all just for what? Yourself. You don't do nothing for nobody else. Everything is about me. That's selfish. Okay, people like that. I got a lesson coming up for fellas. I'm gonna give you a quick hit. Just a little nugget. If your woman, the female that you care for, if she got two qualities that she have, you might want to move the other way. Okay, what are they? Selfishness and ungratefulness. Those two qualities that you can't live with. You're never going to get happiness out of a person who lives with those qualities. That's what I'm saying. And it's going to point it out to you. Watch this. So the fixation, this fixation for what material things only lead us what? Away from our higher purpose, spiritual conscious, and we disconnect with what? Our innate divine divinity that resides within us. We take God and put him somewhere else. We misplace God, take him out of us, and we do it ourselves. That's never going to end well. Okay? And it's never going to end well. That's why we telling you, we know for a fact. Why is this? I can prove this one. To generally connect with our higher mind. That makes you spiritual, not religious. I like to study, learn what I study, practice what I learn, and then I know what it does. Why? I manifested. I made it happen for myself by doing it. Watch this. The general connection with our higher mind, or what we call God's self, higher self, whatever, it is crucial for you to be able to transcend what those negative emotions, those qualities within yourself, to liberate yourself from those chains that of material attachment, your love for things, stuff, possessions, and pleasures of the flesh. Those are all bad qualities. Those are bad. I'm about to run them down to you in a minute. We got the 7 deadly sins. Remember them? I got them for you. Remember, this is a biblical concept, so I'm following their lead. All right? And I'm with them 100%. And this process involves you consciously cultivating positive thoughts and emotions such as love, compassion, empathy, gratitude, joy. These will all align you with your high vibrational state. You'll get better, and the universe. You'll become more in touch with your higher self, aka the universe. But by embracing these uplifting emotions, practicing them, aka spiritual disciplines, daily, now you will create your own environment in which you are in touch with your higher self, and now you can flourish and grow into a better person to reach your potential, whatever it is you want to be, whatever you conceive, you can achieve. You can do all things through what y'all say Christians through Christ who strengthens me. Okay, put it to work. Don't talk about it, be about it. And now this will allow you to have experience that's profound, and it's a sense of spiritual connection. Yeah. Again, my philosophy is doing the same thing. You got 2 concepts here. This is the positive side. This is the negative side, right? So these are positive qualities. These are negative qualities. On the next page, when I get to that, we're going to go over the 7 deadly sins and the opposites that counteract. If you got bad, you got to have good. That's what we try to show you. You got to. This means options. This means options. Positive, negative. Okay, good, bad, whatever. But you need that to make it work. That's my point. Let's talk about positive thinking, aka positive emotions. These are qualities and these are concepts that you can better yourself with. First one is contentment. The opposite of contentment is anger. If you're not content, you're angry. The second one is delighted. If you're not delighted, you're hateful. You're in a hateful mood unless you're happy and go on your way. The other person, see the difference? Watch this. And the water recognizes you talking to it nice or you cussing at it. It will form differently. So this is real stuff. Oh, classic. Love. What's the opposite of love? You would think it was hate. No, here is jealousy. Love and embracing. Jealousy is not liking. So pretty much they got it right. I ain't arguing. I'm just going with it. I'm looking at it as it is and presenting it the way it is. Glad. Again, good quality, positive thinking. I'm glad. You be grateful. No, that's the next one. No. Glad. That means just being happy. What's the opposite of glad? Embarrassed. That's a switch. Didn't see that one coming. But if you're glad, that means you walk. But you're embarrassed, you shame, you hide, you ducking. Okay, so I get that concept. Next one, grateful. If you have a woman that's ungrateful, you might want to rethink that one. That's a deal breaker for me personally. I just want to let you know. And grateful, opposite grateful is cruel. Don't be cruel. Yeah, when a person is selfish and ungrateful, they are cruel, rude, very disrespectful, disingenuous, all those qualities. And when you recognizing that person, when the person show you this is who they are, take them at their word. Damn the word. Take them for what they showing you. Okay, they showing you who they are. So never mind what they tell you, but no, you should get to see these qualities in people. And that's what they put out there for you, so you can be aware. All right. Next one is calm. From calm, you get clingy. Okay, I guess they can make that work. Calm means you at peace. Clingy means you always want to be around somebody. You can't be by yourself. Okay, I get that. Last one, my favorite. Bliss. How many of us experience that quality, that bliss, that feeling, that emotion? You know what bliss is? Some people, I don't know. It's that feeling that comes inside you that is undescribable. I can't put it in words. We use bliss. We got a whole bunch of words to say, but when you experience it, you know what it is then. Like God. We can talk about God, but those who understand, experience God, we know God. We don't talk about God like he's some, no, we know God. I can tell what I do. Those who feel what I do, y'all know it too. I know that too. All right. Last one. The opposite of bliss, arrogant. To the max. So some of these qualities, you may not agree with them, like I said, but they make sense. It's an understanding that I got no problem with. Let me break it down and get a little more. We got some words down here. Experiencing what we call high vibrational emotions can elevate our consciousness by what? By releasing what? Negative emotions and opening the door to all total potential, separating the mind from the body and delving into a deeper dimensions within our own conscious mind. That's going deep to find what my man said. Dive deep within yourself. We got depth. Go deeper. Find yourself. That's what he hides. God resides inside us. Okay, but we got to become conscious of that. And everybody's symbolically, esoterically giving you that message. Why? Everybody ain't gonna get it, so they gotta put it esoterically. I understand that. I say, well, why everybody ain't getting it? I get it. I ain't saying everybody shouldn't be educated. I ain't with that. Everybody should get the same freedom to what? Know themselves. So you give them the same information and let them deal with it for however. Moving on. It's called the truth. Negative emotion, we just did the opposite, negative and positive. Moving on. But negative emotions, that means you're living in fear. Remember, Fear is brought on by you. It's false evidence appearing real to you in your mind. And if somebody can keep fear in your mind, they can keep you at bay. Okay, the story David and Goliath. David had no fear of Goliath. See, he wasn't, oh, he's big. They're so big. He didn't give a damn about that. He had confidence in himself. He understood what he was doing, and he knew he had God with him, so he was ready to fight. That's how I attack it. Come on. If you big, I don't give a damn about your size. Come on. Bigger they are, the harder they fall. Just a little fall on you. I was a wrestler too. I know how to get out the way. And I ended up getting hurt because I didn't get out the way fast enough. Twist my ankle on the slide out move. I didn't get my leg out fast enough and got caught up in there. Stuff happens. Moving on. All right. But negative is living in fear. Negative emotions are led by fear. And fear dwelling on what? Your low vibrational negative emotions can indeed keep your mind trapped, so to speak, stuck on stupid, within the confines of what we call third dimensional awareness, which is what? Our consciousness is intertwined with our emotional experiences, forming a connection to what? The material world. If you caught up in the material world, you caught stuck on that mode. Now let's get right into 7 deadly sins. I gotta run through this right quick. Could be a little minute, but I gotta get this done. This is gonna be fun. All right, the traditional notion of the 7 deadly sins. We all know about them. Okay, let me try to run through this. It transcends the conventional religious interpretations, but instead of waiting divine judgment in the afterlife, these sins signify eternal states that anchor our consciousness and keeps it in the lower dimensions. You won't rise. They encompass not just actions, watch this, but they also thoughts and emotions that ensnare our souls and mind in what we call the third dimensional awareness. Essentially, they serve as barriers that's obstructing our spiritual progression to what? Our higher realms of consciousness. Remaining ignorant, we're not learning, but perpetuating our entanglement. See, entanglement is involvement with stuff and people. That's what they call cheating. They call it now had an entanglement. Yeah. But this is all within the confines of what we know to be time and space, physical matter in the body. Okay? The 7 deadly sins, run through them right quick. Lust. The opposite of lust is love. Envy. Opposite of envy is charity. Sleuth. The opposite of sleuth is zeal. That's slow moving. We serve God with fervency and zeal. Excitement. You're excited. Sleuths are excited. So I get it. I'm understanding. Remember, this is a philosophy that I'm not familiar with, but I'm learning as I go. It makes a lot of sense, and I'm not arguing or disparaging it. From greed, you got generosity. Perfect. Love that one. Gluttony, temperance. Okay, I get that one too. Oh, here's my favorite. Pride over humility. More pride than humility. Wrath over kindness. Evil over good. All of these is opposites, and that's what the one got to have the other for it to make it work. Why? Now you got something to deal with. Let me break it down for you a little more simpler. Mentally, transmuting your 7 deadly sins into their opposite, which is positive life giving, is powerful ways to what? Overcome your negative influence and to elevate your consciousness. Let's explore what these transmutations might look like if you put it into practice. Oh, I like this. Let's go. See what they got. I didn't proofread this yet. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Okay, I'm in the blind, so to speak. If you're a spade player, you know what I'm talking about. I'm just winging it. Now, we got pride. Pride versus humility. Pride is the excessive belief in one's abilities or worth can lead to what? Arrogance and more self-centeredness. Wow. Cultivating humility, on the other hand, allows you to recognize your own limitations and appreciate the contributions of others, and you approach your life with openness and modesty. That's the difference in a person with pride and a person with humility. I love that one. Okay, second one, greed. A quality that Mo Man had too. These are the qualities that Mo Man had. I can speak for that for myself. What's this? And I'm looking at it, Oh, they know about this. Yeah, he wasn't the first, okay, but I just happen to be a person experiencing this, so I know that for myself. Greed, and the opposite of greed is what? Generosity, right? But greed, the insatiable desire for material wealth. That's my old man to the T. Okay, trust me, I know that about him, and I keep telling him that wasn't me. That's we're not alike, dude. Why? You a different dude. And what's this? For wealth and possessions, braggadocious. Often it leads to selfishness. Think that quality that's a deal breaker. I tell you what, a woman, if you selfish, I'm not dealing with you. I can't stand selfish people, and that's why. And the exploitation by embracing generosity. Now, this is the flip side. This is him and this is me. Generosity, which I was, we can cultivate a mindset, again, of what? Abundance. I didn't know what that word meant until I started serving the Lord. Sharing our resources and caring for the well being of others. That's me, not the other guy. We totally different. Opposite. How about that? I trust me. I got it. Oh, that's too easy. Let me keep going. Get this last out of the way. I see the clock ticking. Let me get out of the way. All right. But now let's get to another one of my favorites. Lust versus love. Lust. Being there when they need. That's love. Let me see if I can break it down for you right quick. I got two different concepts about this one. See if theirs is on one with mine. Lust is driven by excessive desires for gratification of your senses, your body, and it can lead to objectification and a very shallow relationship. They not sincere nothing. Transforming this into love will allow you now to form a deep connection that's based on empathy, compassion, and genuine care for others. Ding, 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 ding. Again, I stand with that. Not my philosophy, but I'm with him on that one. Again. Now, envy. Opposite of envy is contentment. This I love this one. Why? Because I got my perspective. I'm gonna see how theirs play out. I'm doing theirs. Envy, the resentful longing for others' qualities, possessions, or success can breed what? Bitterness and dissatisfaction. If anybody looked good as him, did good as him, he didn't like them. That's envy. He didn't embrace him. No, no, no. My dude's father, I never forget. My man, Terrible Ted. Love that guy. Motorcycle driver, do his own business, man. But him and my old man class. The other guy, the number runner, my old man's nemesis. People like him, they didn't get along. I guess they call it what? Alphas. But no, they was envious people. That's all. They were jealous of somebody doing just as good as they were. And by that concept, fostering what they call, when you foster contentment, what that does, it helps you to learn to appreciate what we have. Ooh, I like this. I like this. And you celebrate others' what achievement. I'm happy. Me and my man just talking last night. He's happy. I'm happy that he's happy. That's friendship. That's friendship. When I'm upset, he's upset. If I'm sad, he's sad. We precariously live through each other, but we share that. And when I need to uplift him, he did it again. He did it again. I let him know. Yeah, you got me. This is the brother who I get life advice from. And he gave me some life advice. And again, he got me. When I can't argue the advice, that's called getting me. Okay, I can always contradict them. But when you give somebody give you something you can't argue, take that advice. That's my advice to you, okay? But watch this. When you foster contentment, that helps you to appreciate what you had. And yeah, I reached that level in life. Why? Because you're happy for others without jealousy. And you find joy in what? Our own journey also. I'm happy. I just did 2 lessons about happiness. I'm happy as a pig and crap. Why? My life is good. I'm living on my terms. Are you? If you got issues, I don't have those. I'm living my life on my terms. That's why I'm happy. And wrath, let's get to this right quick. You got wrath. That means you're going to do something. Wrath over patience. Wrath is the intense anger or violent rage often leads to destructive behaviors and harm to what others or oneself. And developing patience, the opposite, will allow you to now remain calm, smooth, in the face of what? Adversity. I tell you, you don't control the situations, you control you in the situations. The self-mastery is finding order in chaos. That's adversity. And you understand different perspectives and you resolve conflicts peacefully, philosophically, rationally, not ignorant, argumentative. I don't entertain that. Moving on, I got two more left. Gluttony. Oh, we know what that is. Moderation. The opposite of gluttony is moderation. Okay, and gluttony is the overindulgence of anything: food, drink, pleasures, other what, and it can lead to what, physical and spiritual harm. Oh yeah, the consequences of gluttony you will have to suffer. Practicing moderation, I call it balance. Why? Because moderation helps us to maintain what? Balance, Mayat, in our lives. Make healthier choices. Again, if your decision making is bad, you're going to suffer. If your decision making is good, you're going to benefit and profit thereby. What is the problem, people? And what's this? Healthier choices, better choices, and learn to appreciate the simple pleasures without excess. I don't need a whole bunch. I do my best with less. I would rather make do than have a whole bunch of that I don't really need. Well, that's not me. Other people like that. I'm not that kind of person. Again, I'm different. Now, let's get to the last one. Sleuth. Slow moving, just lazy. Over my favorite, diligence. I put in the work. Let's see if they agree. Sleuth is avoidance of physical or spiritual work. They ain't gonna do. They lazy. They mentally lazy. They physically lazy. Sleuth. I agree 100%. Slugs, and this can lead. Put that there to what? Stagnation. Stuck on stupid. That's the Ouroboros. You're going nowhere. You're on the treadmill, working hard and going nowhere, aka the rat race. And wasted potential. Why? You're not doing nothing. You ain't even trying. It's okay to be ignorant, not to know. But stupid and dumb is what? Refusing to learn. When you don't want to know, that makes you stupid. And contribute what? Meaningful things to the world around you. I'm doing that right now. So I'm 100% in compliance. I got one more for you, and I'm gonna take it, let you go. But by transmuting these qualities, the negative tendencies, into what? Positive, the counterparts, you can now strive for your personal growth and you can cultivate your virtues and to foster a more harmonious and fulfilling existence in your own life. That's the goal of right thinking philosophy. And they say the same thing. So I feel good about that. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I got to go. Right thinkers, there'd be 100, me 100 minus a day. So I know none of my right thinkers who now hopefully better understand sin separates you from God and the seven deadly sins. You should know the opposite of them. That's what you do. That's my lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be right back though.